This is Robert Jenkins reporting live from the county courthouse, the Lubbock County Courthouse. We are here in anticipation of the Erskin Jenkins rally. If you do or recall, Erskin was a young man who was gunned down by the Lubbock County Sheriff's Office back in November of 2024. We're here a little bit early. We don't see any of the main participants yet. However, we decided to go ahead and test our equipment and go ahead and get started broadcasting here. Pretty soon we'll turn it around and let you see what's going on. Just want to draw your attention to the Focus LBK show. Pass this around if you like what you hear, like what you're seeing. The audio is good, everything sounds great, it looks great on this end. This case is somewhat concerning to us, and from what we understand, the latest that we've heard is that Texas State Attorney General Ken Paxton now has this case on his desk, the Erskin Jenkins case. However, we are waiting for some of the other participants to show up today to give us the latest on the case. Meanwhile, we're going to turn around and give you guys a view of the scene, and of course, you'll know as soon as it starts. We'll try to get also an interview with Mrs. Gant and Mrs. Jenkins, Mrs. Sharon Jenkins, who is the mother of the individual who was killed, Mr. Erskin Jenkins, who was a tech student from Houston. By the way, the Jenkins family, as far as we know, is of no relation to this reporter. And we will try to look at that a little deeper and make sure we don't want to withhold any information. We're all about transparency here. So as far as we know, we are not related to the Jenkins family, but we very well could be. We do have family in that area down in Houston, so which is where they are, as we understand it, where they are originally from. So let us turn the camera around now, and we're going to give you guys a view of what's going on. We are at the Lubbock County Courthouse, and live, we're getting ready for the Erskin Jenkins rally. And let's check out some of the goings on. Looks like we have a crowd slowly beginning to gather. I see Danielle East coming up, founder of the East Lubbock Art House. We also have Mr. J. Leon Williams from 100 Black Men of West Texas, NAACP as well.
I'm Leandra. Yeah, what's his name? Corey Nichols. He made it.
Danny. Adam, Danny.
I did. We had to get some more. So bad.
That's the whole. School all night.
When did you get in?
Voice.
I fly out for a couple hours. Wedding planner ever. Best friend. Just in and out real quick. Just being here. Couldn't miss it.
Black well.
Are you married?
Say good morning to all of the viewers watching us live here. This is the first for the LBK show, but it is apparently the wave of the future. One must be able to go live from the field. So this is really just a test for us. We're trying to stay up with the technology and also stay current with happenings here in the LBK. Try to extend our same quality of broadcast to this broadcast, and hopefully everything looks and sounds good on your end.
Going to Canada.
Cool.
Interestingly enough, it is about 11 o'clock. It's 11:02. We have not seen the main parties that we are waiting for, the Jenkins family. This is Robert Jenkins reporting live on scene at the Lubbock County Courthouse. Here covering the Erskin Jenkins event. Again, for anyone who may not be aware, Erskin Jenkins was a Texas Tech student who was allegedly gunned down by sheriff's deputies from the Lubbock County Sheriff's Office. We believe this took place in Wolford in November of 2024. Young Mr. Jenkins, the tech student, was allegedly attending a Friendsgiving party in Wolford, and some events transpired at that party where someone from inside the house, as we understand it, called the police and said that there was an individual in the house with a firearm holding people hostage, allegedly. Sheriff's deputies say that when they showed up, they saw Mr. Erskin Jenkins, the young tech student, brandishing a weapon in some way, form, or fashion. So they then opened fire, apparently through the window. We have coming up right beside us Mrs. Phyllis Gant. Here we go. We're slowly beginning to assemble on scene here. Mrs. Gant is the organizer of this rally, or at least one of the organizers of this rally.
Look, it's the weekend. It's graduation weekend plus the softball tournament.
Okay, we see people slowly arriving. I'm told the sound is good. Erskin Jenkins, we've got.
Good morning. Well, I had one of their reporters comment when the student shared my little rant. They were like, "This isn't the way to do it." And I was like, "That's interesting because y'all could just report instead."
KCBD is left concern is after.
Right. So we were doing a town hall meeting. I sent it to her. She said, "Let me send it to my manager." And in minutes, she said, "They said we can't come." That was to the town hall meeting.
And that was Channel 11.
That was KCBD.
That's 11.
That's
That's
11.
11.
Yeah,
And then
KLBK
is
is Matt. But I can't understand. Yeah, I want to see if let Matt know about it. Yeah, that's good.
So we'll give a few more minutes and then we'll start. We're just going to get out with our signs. We can't use anything with the projected voice, like a megaphone, because we're going to have to go get them. But the mayor passed by twice. Did y'all see him? Bro, where you going? You had an
Didn't he go in the bank?
Yeah.
I thought I just saw him walking out.
You had an opportunity to answer this family and you chose not to.
Really? Oh, I would have him accountable to that.
And I still, yeah, I do too. Like, I don't want to eat chicken with you. I want you to represent them. The Backgum City.
Where's Texas Tech on this? Have they been approached?
Not a word. Hey, sister, we're up here. Up here. Yeah, but we'll come. Not on the steps. We're just on the, okay.
But I mean,
No. I'll get some guys. As soon as you see Stuart and them, let us know and we'll come down where you are.
we're going to tell everybody here. So you can get ahead of it. We can't use it.
We're under.
She just showing it to me.
I was showing it.
Save it for another time.
I wasn't
She was just saying we can't do that.
Girl, Walmart.
We have ice out here. We have ice. Oh my gosh.
They ain't gonna take me.
They might. Oh my gosh. They might. Let me tell you something. They're taking everybody.
Good, because I
Take
ain't
me
here.
to Africa.
Let's go.
see it. I don't know if you can pick it. That's what I was just
Yeah,
talking.
no,
I was
ma'am,
just
no.
talking about that.
I got you. We'll have a day to use that. Don't use that today.
Oh, I'm not. I just brought it just in case.
I know. I like it. But we did ask for a meeting with the president. She right there. We asked for a meeting with the president of Texas Tech.
Oh yes.
So we'll let you know when that is.
No Chauvinak tends to lean our way.
No, he does, because when Tech played Deion Sanders and them, all of the racial slurs that were being, we brought that to him. And he got right on us. So let's see what he can.
This is bad publicity.
Way back.
You know, it's like,
And like I said, you know, we're not asking for you to say anything other than what happened. What happened? If he was out of control, if y'all couldn't contain him, because did we not just watch last night a guy get away from the police? They tased him, and then he got away from SWAT, from the task
They had it all
force.
locked down
but they
yesterday.
check it out. They swatted him. They didn't shoot him. They swatted him.
They tased him. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, they
Yeah.
Did they actually
And
touch
so,
him eventually?
Why is it?
No. Has he been caught? Am I behind on
That-
the young man that ran through my neighborhood? Because that's 71st Street. I'm on 77. He got away from all of our law enforcement.
And then went into somebody's house and held up.
And he still
got away. I didn't know he got away.
got
But the
away.
thing is, how is it that he gets tased?
But we get 12 bullets.
And we get 12 bullets. Thank you.
Making
So those are the ones
I'm
that
sick
hit.
of that crap.
Yeah.
Those are
Because
just the
we
ones
got
that
the
hit.
pictures of the ones in the wood, the
Yeah.
ones in the carpet. We got all that.
Those are just the ones that
Hey,
hit.
love, how are y'all?
And why did he need 12? 12 bullets
Exactly.
to stop this guy? And he was holding somebody hostage. That shit seems like it's risky.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
But
But it's
we have a statement.
There's a lot of
We have a
supposed.
notarized statement from the young lady that was in the closet. She said she was in the closet. He didn't even know she was in the closet. So like I said, Sharon Jenkins ain't no punk. And she ain't going to wait for Lubbock to decide to, hand feed her the information. She's not waiting for that. She might be crazier than me.
As she should be.
she sure has sounded, she just kept her calm. She's kept her calm. Hey, look. Hey, what's happening on the report? Was that the Texas Rangers we met with? Are we still waiting on their report?
We are. Remember, he was going to drive it down. But I called the Attorney General's office yesterday, and the young lady at least said they don't have it. But he was going to drive it.
Down the corner.
He was going
To
to
the
drive
mall.
it. Yeah.
That was the brother Scott, right?
That's your brother. That ain't my brother. Oh, just because you got this in, don't make it. Yeah, we are. So let's make our way down here so we're not on there. We don't give them no reason to come for us.
Okay, looks like we're gonna adjourn to a slightly different location off of the courthouse grounds. We're gonna follow the crowd on down. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Focus LBK show. We anticipate that this event will be getting underway shortly.
At first, she had to take some. Yeah, because we have to be on the solid. Great. Let me talk to your sister.
Yes, get her together. Okay. Thank you.
While you get that figured out.
Wait,
I don't know how to help you. Do you have
charge it? Yes.
But we can't use anything with a.
Yeah, they said we didn't have to have a permit for that. Hey, my son came to serve me. He's telling me last night he has a permit.
needs to sign? Thank you, Josie.
One of these guys. Where is
Okay.
You know me.
Hey, can one of y'all help me? One of these guys?
What you need?
I want that dessert.
I can do it. I can get it.
What am I like?
Overachiever. Teacher pet. Awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, sir, so much. One more. Hi, Mama. One more.
I knew you were coming. You never skip a beat.
Got a sign, too. All we miss is a picture of it. We need a picture of it.
I ain't bring no snacks for you.
That's all right, Josie did.
Oh, you brought snacks for me? Because you don't go anywhere without there's snacks.
You need. I got half a bag of Cheetos left. I'll get some salt. These are the days. I worked on the yard all day yesterday. And then Friday I'm going to field day in Dallas.
Drove by twice.
I see my wife. She's
Very scared, Jerry. Where you going?
You got to make an entrance.
Well, yeah.
She'll come at the end. You watch. When we get ready to go back to our car, she'll show up. You watch.
Launching a whole congressional campaign at the same time.
We were at Burroughs' office.
Oh, I love
And they called the police on us. Burroughs' lady and the property owner.
I've had people ask me hard questions. I've answered hard questions. It's your job. If you're going to be any type of public.
I got wipes, paper towels, and stuff in there.
Okay, good. We will be high.
That, but also if there was something to hide and it wasn't an officer involved shooting, you would give us all.
Ernest Jenkins. Say his name. Ernest Jenkins. Ernest Jenkins. Okay, y'all say his name, but we're going to say Ernest.
Is it Erskin?
Erskin.
Erskin.
Erskin Jenkins. Erskin Jenkins. Say his name. 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 Erskin Jenkins. Say it now. Erskin Jenkins. Say it now. Erskin Jenkins. Say it now. Erskin Jenkins. Say his name. 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 Erskin Jenkins. Say his name.
2023.
How are you?
On November 23rd, 2024. We have no idea what happened. We have no idea. I'm prepared to say his name, so I don't call anything other than, why don't you say have answers? Why are we 6 months on the other side of this kid's murder and his funeral? And the parents are still asking, what happened that night? Why are we out here? We're out here because we want to help the parents get those answers. Why do they not have an autopsy report that came from Lubbock County? Why don't they have a police report? Why don't they have 911 footage? 911 call, the audio. Why don't they have that? Why don't they have the name of the sheriff who has already been no-billed, but the parents don't have his name? So we're not out here to harass the police. We're not out here to harass the system. But this family lives 500 miles outside of Lubbock, right? And when you speak of Lubbock, you're proud of Texas Tech, right? When you speak of Lubbock, you're proud of all the cotton and all of the different things. Why are we 6 months on the other side of this young man's demise, and the parents are still asking?
No response from the sheriff's department.
The response from the DA's office was to talk to their attorney. The response from Sheriff Kelly Rose's office was mute. The response from the Texas Rangers was get the information from the Attorney General's office. Why did Miss Jenkins open a box of her son's personal belongings? So the items that were with him that day, why did she have to get that information in the mail? From a civilian, from a person that attended that party. Why?
So they didn't call her to tell him that he died?
They called her. The initial call says there's been a horrible accident. And being a mother, she says, let me prepare to get a flight there, or, her and her husband, let me get to Lubbock. Well, it's fatal. Your son is dead. That's the message she got. Your son is dead. So then you try to catch your breath. I've received a call like that. You want to catch your breath, let me make preparation, and let me get to Lubbock. Prior to this family had been back and forth to Lubbock, Texas, right? Because their son is at a major university. And this time I got to go and see, why is my son dead? So when she got here, she met with the Texas Rangers. They basically said he was out of control, he was waving a gun, and he's dead. Okay. She gets home, she plans a funeral, and then she calls back to all of these authorities. Can y'all just sit down and tell me what happened? Can y'all show us? Can I hear the 911 call? Can I see the body cam footage of the police officer? And stonewall. She made a records request, stonewall. And so the narrative that did hit the local paper was that he was highly intoxicated, he was waving a gun, he had hostages, and the police were forced to shoot him. That's the narrative that Lubbock gave. Okay? Sharon Jenkins is a mother. If you know anything about a mother, I'm not talking about the lady that, leaves her kid in an abandoned building. I'm not talking about the ladies that do away with their children in whatever manner, right? I'm talking about a mother. I'm talking about somebody with skin in the game that says that is not answering enough for me. So then she comes back. She makes open records requests. She asks for meetings 14 times. That family came to Lubbock for different meetings throughout our city with different high-profile people. 14 times. They got stonewalled. Why are we out here this morning? Because she lives 500 miles away. And we are saying, what happened? Not give us the narrative that we want. We have children. We know our kids are not perfect. We know that when they leave our house, we can't speak for what they do or what they don't do right. So we're being fair. But my goodness, my son was murdered in broad daylight, mine was. And I went back and looked at all my documents. In 17 days, I had the name, I had information, I had the proper, I had the proper authorities to call and to contact. I had This is a long process. You guys need to give us a chance to run our investigation. That's what we got. And then when they could communicate with us, they called and communicated with us. When they needed us in Plano for different, areas of the case, they called us. We went. So I'm heartbroken because I stand behind the leaders of the city. And I'm highly offended that 6 months later, his name made it to this building because there was an indictment process and it was no bill. But if I'm sharing Jenkins, I'm saying, who was the officer? What led to that? Right? I believe our police get up every day to come out and do the best job they can. I believe that. But if it is that cut and dry, why is she 6 months later asking questions, right? So even with the process, we know that there's a legal process. You had enough evidence and information to bring it to this building, to have our DA handle it, right? You had enough information for that. You had enough information to go before against 12 people with an indictment who said no. There's no issue here. And they know building. Right then and there, that family should have been afforded the information. But the Texas Ranger says, no, we got to send it out to Ken Paxton's office. You got to wait for that office. And then you get the information. And I called flag on the play. If we really went to that call, if we really did our job, and again, I'm not saying they did, we have no answers, okay? So then let me say this as well. She got his personal belongings from another person, another child that attended that party. That is a flag on the plate for me. We went to a meeting with her where she was handed her son's gun, the supposed weapon he was waving, and holding people hostages. She got that not in an evidence bag, just in a box. Here you go. We didn't fingerprint it. There was no need for that because he had it in his hand. We have the toxicology report because she paid for it. We have the coroner's report because she paid for it. Erskin is right-handed. I have in my paperwork a gunshot wound to his right hand. So he's a threat. He's waving a gun. If you shot him in the hand, and he had a gun in his hand when he hit the floor, how? I am a gun master as a woman. I love gun. I know all about it. If you put a bullet from a rifle in my hand, I'm not going to be holding anything except the residue from that bullet. So we have a question. We have a question about his phone, which it was in that box of property that she got from a civilian. So if we got the phone from the civilian, and during the window that Erskin was alive, he called for an Uber 3 times. When the Uber got there, what was the Uber told? Because this is hours before he dies. Did he call for Uber from his phone? Or did someone else call? Or was he the hostage? Right? We didn't get GEDs. We didn't get GEDs. We're intelligent. And we got questions.
Well, questions that would be solved by doctors.
So then, in the toxicology report, 10.5, lethal, not legal, lethal. I can't judge that. I'm not a nurse or a doctor, but make it make sense, right? Ever been drunk before? Just make it make sense. So who called for the Uber? And what was the Uber driver told? His bank card was used twice in that same window to buy alcohol. Specs and Docs can't sell alcohol to a 20-year-old. But they say they have no cameras. So did Erskin take his card and go buy the alcohol, or did someone take his card and go? We don't know. But we'll subpoena whatever footage they have. So that's why we're out here. We're not out here to bash our law enforcement. Before this incident, I stand 10 toes down behind my community, behind our officers. But could be. Your baby goes off to college. That's exciting. That's fun. You bring him back in a hearse. Wouldn't you have questions? Wouldn't you want that community to give you answers, right? So that's why we're here.
When you talk about like, how you trust our local law enforcement,
I do.
How does things like this with documentation, how does that affect people's trust in law enforcement?
It really breaks it down because again, this is the home of Timothy Cone. You would be too young to remember Timothy Cone's mother, right? But I'm 62. I remember the story very well. It really attacked Texas Tech. This was a student at Texas Tech. Our lover paper didn't read that. But when she came from Houston with Houston media, they told the city exactly what Erskin was. This hurts us. And the longer we have to wait and we have to bargain and we have to march and we have to chant to get answers, the more it hurts that situation. Timothy Cole's mother went to her grave, never seeing her son vindicated. She never seen that statue. She never saw that. But with her last breath, she fought for her son. That's who we are. We're not saying the answer's gotta be this or this. We don't know. And for anybody to jump up and say they know, we're not going to discuss to this family or to the law enforcement. We don't know. But I think we deserve it. We need to call 911.
Mrs. Dan,
Yes,
if I
sir.
may, Robert Jenkins, Focus LBK. As I understand it, there's a document, a set of documents on the desk of Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton.
Well, we were told that those documents were going to be delivered. Okay, we were told that. We were physically in that meeting. I called on Monday to confirm because the Texas Ranger told us he would be driving the documents to Austin. So that was last Monday, the 6th or 7th. And so on Monday, the 12th, I called just to see, did the documents come? And I was told they didn't have anything on a Erskin Charles Jenkins.
We did some research online, did a couple of searches with the Texas State Open Records Portal. We didn't see anything either. So it seems like as of this point, they don't have anything on the case, or at least nothing that they're revealing publicly.
Right. And so to our point of being out here on this sidewalk, there was going to be a commissioner's court meeting Monday morning at the 12th at 10 a.m. So we were going to just go in their stead. Because y'all buy gas, right? How much does it cost to drive 1,000 miles? Okay, so for them to come down with every question, that gets very costly. So we were going to go and ask the commissioner's court, can you look into this for us? Can you check on these questions? And that meeting was canceled. So we're out here this morning to say, if I can't get justice in that building, I'll get justice on this sidewalk. And I'm always going to be compliant. I'm never going to go out. We call to confirm we could be out here, what the ramifications were. So, no, to my knowledge, unless they got that information today, it has not been delivered.
Does the Jenkins family have an attorney to your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, good.
You know the attorney's name?
I can't call the name, but I do know it, and I can get y'all that information. Yeah. Because again, she's trying. She's trying to be compliant. She's trying to make sure she crossed the T and not the I. She really is.
Any questions on your end? Any questions from the
Is Miss Jenkins gonna speak to the crowd? Is she here?
She was gonna be on the 806ers deal, but I can get her on the phone because you and I had another deal. When she tried to get a flight out here to be here in time for this, that didn't happen. She couldn't do it.
All right.
But I can definitely get you in touch with her.
Okay.
Because she wants to be a part. She doesn't even know a lot of these people. She wants to be able to thank them and give her input.
Y'all give me a sec.
Thanks for being here.
All right. Thank you, Ms.
Good morning. Thank you, sir. Julio.
She said,
Where's your car? Right there.
Well, LBK, as you can see, this is kind of it's a perplexing case, and the missteps or the apparent missteps by law enforcement are just inexplicable. I don't understand how exactly There has been no information forthcoming. It seems like they have a duty and an obligation to make this information available to the family, really to the public. They're public servants. They don't have a right to withhold any kind of information. As I say, I used to be a Freedom of Information Act officer in the Air Force for my squadron for a year or so. And there's strict laws concerning Freedom of Information Act requests. There's strict laws concerning all of this. So I don't understand exactly how is it that the Lubbock County Sheriff's Office and the Texas DPS, the Texas Rangers, I don't understand how they're able to apparently withhold information from the family. And it just seems to be, to me, it's a shame that they don't have the information that this is basic stuff that they should have. You understand what I'm saying? I'm fully behind the family when it comes to making sure that they get all of the documentation, that they are indeed taxpayers and are owed. Well, those are my 2 cents for this report. Lubbock. They're telling behind me there, you may hear the chanting. They're saying Erskin Jenkins, say his name. And in this case, I'm in wholehearted agreement with that, full-throated agreement. We do need to say his name, and we need to get the basic due process and sharing of information that we are due as citizens. Signing off for the Focus LBK show, this is Robert Jenkins. LBK, Erskin Jenkins, say his name.